Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gawel Solosky from Bengal University in Turkey. I will present my specialization about documentation. I am working in this case and as research assistant, so I can assist you and I would like to tell about documentation and is some research, some study showing that what documentation is and how it was researched. The documentation is a special case of methane production process, anaerobic methane production, which doesn't finish on methane production, but step beside methane production, which is acidogenesis, and during acidogenesis is formed hydrogen. The whole process was how it works. The occurs methane production was studied by Omeliański in 19th century in the Finnish. So he was finding how works this process, because anaerobic digestion is very old process coming from known from the ancient times, because anaerobic digestion as for methane production was used by Persian rulers in 16th century before Christ in Persian, and was used to heat baths. And the process was from time to time used, but in 19th century there were plans by Ludwig Pasteur, to utilize horse's waste, and was developed as anaerobic digestion as one of most suitable process that helped to utilize horse manure. That was that time very big trouble of Europe, because growing population needs horses as a source of traveling, as today cars, and wanted to avoid epidemics that was coming due to manure and how to utilize them, and that anaerobic digestion was such method. But Omeliański described the whole process, that is process coming from the organic wastes through by bacteria, and is two processes before digestion. It is acidic production and then methane production, and mostly was up to mid of 20th century was used to develop models to to see how much methane from given product is can be. And in 20th century was started to develop due to demands of finding new possibilities of hydrogen production, the potential way, and more research focus was in 90s of 20th century uh, by developing the nature of bacteria that produce that hydrogen mostly. They are mostly Clostridium bacteria, so strictly bacteria that are things to be fragile to air. Therefore, the scientists develop also some other bacteria like find that also some facile bacteria, so like Enterobacter, are also producing some hydrogen less, but they can make together with Clostridium the mixture of bacteria that will cooperate and this facile bacteria would save this fragile bacteria from air. The research isn't mentioning uh, the the, the 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 medical research made by this century by this time, which by Professor Yokoi that was developing looking of content has content of gangrene, and he developed that in case of gangrene there is in gangrene part that were uh, removed from body of patients and checked the gas content. It looks he designed that hydrogen is up to 18th century 18% even more in this fraction, and making this hydrogen in this vessel the noises, because one of the bacteria produces Clostridium. But researchers didn't look at this research. This research was designed just in recently in few years ago. Before that, it wasn't connected. However, hydrogen production was the cause of that in 16th century, for example, the body of buried king Henry the Eighth exploded, and this was the good solution. And this also didn't deserve that, for example, tooth decay occurs due to hydrogen produced by bacteria, because this enterobacteria likes to occur in your decay when come and eats your food waste, because in this food waste are usually sugar that are not solved uh, by your enzymes in mouth and stays in your teeth. And this sugar, which are the thought to be the best solution, is causing that this bacteria comes, destroying your teeth by this organic acids that produce and removed from this body, and then accumulate in your teeth gaps and then causing hydrogen produced to explode. Therefore, now we observe this case. The bacteria are not, the research is thought to be bacteria for hydrogen production are better if they are specially pretreated, because in case of special pretreatment are much more, while in case of laboratory cases, if pretreated, bacteria, the hydrogen production occurs but stops after some time, whereas in case of natural infection, it doesn't occur. So the researcher needs to develop, to look about this gangrene process, to copy this process in industry, because it helped to produce high hydrogen production, enough to be industrial available. The case is that we can't produce, we connect it with, for example, hydrogen sulfide, which occurs due to organic rest, digestion by bacteria, because bacteria produce until are in a sporage form. So this is the all for today. Thank you very much for discussion.